My name is Mal Haselberger, and I'm a junior fellow working on literary program development in the Literary Initiatives Group of the Library of Congress. I earned my Master of Arts degree in English Language and Literature at the University of Maryland College Park in 2020. I've so enjoyed my time spent at the library this summer and feel as though I've learned all kinds of things about the different signature literary programs that the library offers to the public each year, and I'm looking forward to seeing how programs that I've worked on, including the U.S. Poet Laureate as well as the National Ambassador for Young People's Literature, continues to evolve beyond my time at the library. I've met so many wonderful people and have had so many great experiences during my time, and am so thrilled to have been able to have had this experience.
Hello, my name is Jake Newman, and I'm a junior fellow within the Literary Initiatives Group. I just recently graduated from American University with a dual bachelor's degree in history and political science. My experience so far at the library has been incredibly insightful and equally educational, which is a true benefit since I had been reassigned from my original group project when everything went virtual. The Internship and Fellowship Program's Career Development Series has been a huge asset during my experience here, specifically by introducing me to certain skills like LibGuides and a number of staff members working within the manuscript and archives departments.
Hello everyone, my name is Ethan McFerren, my hometown is Ashburn, Virginia, and I attend the University of Virginia majoring in architecture. The JFP experience has been wonderful for me. I have enjoyed working in projects associated with both the National Ambassador for Young People's Literature and the U.S. Poet Laureate, as I have gained a greater understanding and appreciation of how the Library of Congress operates and how its programs such as the Literary Initiatives Group serves the American public.
The Poet Laureate Consultant in Poetry raises national awareness and appreciation of reading and writing poetry. The consultantship has existed for over 80 years, but not always in the capacity that we're familiar with today. In 1936, a position for a consultant in poetry to the Library of Congress was created in order to designate a chair of poetry of the English language with a role similar to that of a reference librarian, a scholar in the field of poetry and literature who could respond to patron queries, survey collections, and recommend new acquisitions about poetry to the library. By an act of Congress in 1985, the role transitioned in 1986 into its modern iteration as the Poet Laureate Consultant in Poetry. Seemingly only a change in title, the reimagining of the position reduces the emphasis on the library's collections and instead encourages laureates to prioritize pursuing their own projects during their term. Many poet laureates organize national outreach programs and projects to engage with a broader public. These programs include those such as Rita Dove's poetry events to advocate for children's poetry and jazz in the 1990s, Robert Pinsky's Favorite Poem Project, engaging more than 18,000 Americans in sharing their favorite poem with the nation, and Tracy K. Smith's more recent American Conversations Celebrating Poems in Rural Communities project, with both in-person and digital components to reach individuals across the country.
Tracy K. Smith's tenure as U.S. Poet Laureate, for example, marked a position as dynamic and adaptable. Her signature project, American Conversations, Celebrating Poems in Rural Communities, exemplifies her commitment to, as she said, the ways that poems can shed meaningful light upon the most vivid and powerful aspects of our lives. In 2018, she visited 7 different states to promote national conversation from the perspective that, quote, talking about different poems might be a way of leaping past small talk and collapsing the distance between strangers, end quote. Both in person and online, Smith's efforts to expand national dialogue through poetry become clear in her signature program as a U.S. Poet Laureate. She demonstrated this through visits to rural communities, the project's website and related library podcasts, and in her own national podcast, The Slowdown.
Segueing off of Tracy K. Smith's project, there are many possibilities for future Poets Laureate, as seen with the current Poet Laureate, Joy Harjo. Harjo's project, Living Nations, Living Words, a map of First Peoples poetry, set to launch in the fall, will feature around 50 contemporary Native poets who will each contribute an original poem and record themselves reading and discussing the poem. The project will be built in Story Maps, a third-party software well-suited for storytelling and web mapping. The poems and recordings will also make up a new digital collection in the American Folklife Center, and the library will create access points with such partners as schools and libraries to promote. Harjo's project is unique in that it will launch a new online library collection enabling full digital access. Harjo is the first laureate with an active presence on social media, and she can follow the example of National Ambassador for Young People's Literature, Jason Reynolds. For instance, Reynolds recorded Instagram live talks with teens on his personal account to promote his Grab the Mic, Tell Your Story ambassador platform. Harjo's Living Nations, Living Words digital project is a revolutionary example for future Poets Laureate to create space for more voices through poetry and encourage more Americans to share their stories.